Are we live? How about you? Are you live? Are we all here gathered together tonight? One great, big, happy, rock loving family. Tonight, here, it's Friday. It's the Friday Night Live. And I'm so happy that you are here joining us tonight. It is a chock-a-block full of fun rampage through rocks and friends tonight and family. Allison, Prairie Girl Rocks is here, brandishing her wrench. Thank you so much, my darling. And Ma is here also, one of our other valued wrenches in the house. Cindy is here. Good to see you all the way from the Great White North. And Bob is here as well. Good to see you, Bob. Bob's Rocks. Always a pleasure. And Eric the cat is also here. Jennifer is in the house. And we have Lisa, our lovely wrench bearing lady as well. That Opal guy is here and he is pre recorded. Some of us are live. Some of us are pre-recorded. It's good to know. We have Ryan in the house. Good to see you. And Randy is here, and he is checking in with the five. Thank you so much, Randy, for the feedback. I always like to know if there is any, and the kind that is positive feedback as opposed to the audio variety. Spot is here with one, and we are alive, all of us. Patricia also here in the house. I'm trying to make sure that I've got everybody who it has been showing up here already this evening. It is such a pleasure to see you all. It has been a super long week, super busy. We have been hanging out, my mother and I, doing some super duper fun rock related things. And you guys actually get to see some of that live and in person. I'm going to show you a little video. And then, as per the thumbnail, we have some surprise guests. That's right, plural. A plural guest surprise. So surprises. And that will be very fun. We also have a bunch of gem gazing to do. I did a bunch of cutting. Mom and I hung out and fired up the saw and did a bunch of slablets. So there's some gem field chalcedony. You got to see a little preview on one of those guys in our little opening montage, and some very nice squirrel fossils. You got to see a cross section of one of the honeycomb corals. And so there's like one way to do it. I guess, well, that might be the lateral section, actually. To be more specific. And then I also have a cross section one of those to show you guys. We can slide that stuff underneath the microscope. And then even more exciting is that there is a box of rocks from Cheryl. And so it's been, like I said, a chock-a-block a week of all sorts of rocks. And that's the kind of week you want to have. And I thought we'd all share that together. I'm expecting all sorts of feedback again from you guys. And so what we'll do, starting off right here at the top of the show, since you guys are all saying hi to Mom, I'm going to go ahead and set the scene here. We had an opportunity with a very low tide and a very sunny, nice day to pitter-pat on down to the beach. It's early for the season. We were just talking about it on one of the lounge lives over at the Discord, that the whole area that I'm in for the Oregon coast actually doesn't always just be a cornucopia of wonderful rock hounding. You can go north and south for some of those places that kind of just fire off all year long, but not my little stretch of the coast. There's a season, and we're just about to go into it. It's a little early yet. And so I thought, we'll steal on down there. It's just such a nice day. And Mom, when was the last time you were at the beach? So we went and enjoyed. We've got a great big howdy from This is hilarious. Tomcat Josh also, which slid in there at the last minute. So Tomcat, hi to you. Ted Kellison is in the house. Great big howdy from the wild and woolly 406. And I'll bet you it's starting to get a little chilly there. And we have Jahik in the house as well. So thank you guys for joining us. You're just in time to see the mom. Did I say hi to Jennifer? I think I did, but I'm going to just go ahead and double down just in case I didn't and make sure that everybody's been helloed too. And so here is, excuse the wind noise. On the beach, especially if it's nice out, it's going to be windy. It's just all things can't align. Still days at the beach are a weirdness, and so there's going to be some wind noise. But here's our little cameo appearance of mom. Things from the beach. I'm here with mom. She's hanging out rock hounding too, and we are getting a preview to the next season on the beach since it's not really happening yet, but why not do a little rock hounding, right? Let's take a look at what I just picked up. So here is a bivalve Steinkern. You know what to do. You can see there's where the clasp would be, and there's where the clasp would be, and look at that. It's agatized right there. We can bring it closer. We can. There we go. Some nice little agate bots there. Interesting mineralization on this little guy. Some nacre left over. The enamel of the shell. And then there's a little bit more on this side. Whoop. There we go. Wow. It's not even season yet. Nice little fossil. Getting us started right. So say hi, Steinkerns, Mom. Steinkerns. Just okay. So you probably noticed from that last shot, she's down there. She's a bit camouflaged. She had her hat on and she had her super cool shirt on that was actually my opa's, my grandfather's. And so she was like sitting in the rocks, just sorting the rocks. And so it was like super duper fun to have her down on the beach. And so I thought I would share that with you all. She declined to do like a full on um, a full-on exposure on either the live stream or the video, and so I was like, okay, but we can prove that she was here and she's alive as well. And so that was her down on the beach, being too busy to even turn around in Steinkern. And so that's mom, and it looks like Vern is in the house. Well, and thank you, mom, for coming down to the beach and hanging out and doing some rock hounding. She found some really neat stuff too. And so we are just saying our hellos, and I want to Steinkern, y'all. The moose is loose. What's in your cup? Steinkerns. And mom, Steinkerns to you. I know that your hands were too busy on the beach, but you can do that now. And it looks like Rufotris is just sneaking in. Just got off of work. Awesome. And so now I have both. Yeah, it is cider season. It is cider season, isn't it, squirrel? Cider, coffee. There, I can Steinkerns too, just by myself. And I've got the tsunami from Kirk, and the moose. And so everybody is represented. Everybody has representation in the ozone. And so also, in addition to my mom making a cameo appearance, I do have real, actual, in the flesh, live uh, special guests this evening as well. Welcome in, Lesby Rockin'. So good to see you. And so, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring special guests on to the stage. We'll start with this one. Look, it's the Guestliest guest.
Oh, I've never done this before. I brought an octopus.
Well, like how did I know that you would not come empty-handed?
I brought an octopus. Technically, it's a hexapus.
All right, yeah, that works as well. And so I think I should probably bring on my other guest too, huh?
I
Oh,
think you probably should.
what? There she
Hey, everybody.
is.
Hello.
She's the real guest tonight, not me. I'm camouflage. Clever
Ladies and
diversion.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce for the very first time on the hot interwebs, it is Lady Lisa.
Lisa in the flesh.
Oh my
It
goodness.
really is.
Yep. Right. Ken is making sure that she is in fact real, and we have it on good verification that that Lisa is real. And so I know that you guys were always wondering that there in the chat. We all know and love Lisa, but who is Lisa?
She's the love of my life.
this like deep philosophical question.
Why is
I know. Yes, each one of us has a personalized answer to that because I know Lisa has done a lot for every single one of you guys in the rock community. There's not a stone in anybody's collection untouched by Lisa. I think.
Probably not.
And and so everybody's saying hi, of course, to you in the chat because, of course, you are a superstar. And so, first of all, Lisa, thank you so much for coming on.
Hi, and thank you for having me.
And go ahead.
I was just laughing at Rufus.
Oh, yeah. We have... Holy shist! How nice to see you, Lisa. How appropriate, right? I knew, Ken, you had our back here.
Just made cookies. I got the bowl and the spatula.
You did. You just made cookies.
You guys, you were bragging about cookies on the Discord just only.
I was. That was just the coolest thing ever. My baby made cookies for me, brought the whole plate of them warm out of the oven, and we sat in bed and watched dinosaur videos.
Does it get any better than that?
No.
No, it doesn't. Like if you had to hesitate to answer, then let's just answer for you. So I know that everybody in the chat is dying to know, Lisa, how did you get into this? Well, yeah, just know Lisa, period. But how did you get into this rock craziness in the first place? Let us know.
I have been a rock nerd since I was like 2. I've loved rock since I was little, since I could pick them up and carry them around. And I've always loved rocks. And my first, I think, expedition to buy a rock of my very own for my own collection, I was, I think, 4. My brother was 5, and I bought a quartz crystal, a single quartz crystal. It was gorgeous, and my brother got some galena. And after a while, it's like, I really want that galena. Man, I really want that galena. And I was trying to determine what it was going to cost me. And Grace says, I don't care. And ever since, I kept the galena and the quartz together. I passed them on to my daughter, all of my rocks, my early rocks, on to my daughter. But yeah, who is the only other one of us that loves rocks. She is a rock nerd through and through, just like her mom.
The rock doesn't fall far from the tree.
Nope.
I get to meet her tomorrow.
Yay! Oh, wow.
The rest of the family tomorrow.
2 different meals out. Morning breakfast with her dad and her dad's wife and her brother and her sister-in-law, and I haven't met her sister-in-law, and then tomorrow dinner with her daughter and her daughter's fiance. So it's I'm going to be under the magnifying glass.
Collecting a bunch of family and friends there, though. How much fun is that?
It's going to be great.
It'll be good.
You're already friends with Susie.
Yep, and I chat with your daughter.
Who cares what Craig and Dad think? Period.
Yeah.
And
I don't care about your dad at all.
And so Melissa just came in on the scene, and she was flat lapping and couldn't say hi earlier. And to tear her away from her flat lap, you guys know that's quite the feat these days.
Mm-hmm. Those things are hypnotizing. They just go round and round and round and round and round.
I want one really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah? You guys are needing a flat lap?
It's the only thing that I can do one-handed.
Yeah. This arm don't work too well.
Yeah, that arm doesn't work at all. So
all right.
The only thing I can do one-handed.
Yeah, flat lap's what she can do.
I'll be darned. Okay, that's good for the community to know that Lisa needs a flat lap, you guys.
Yeah, we're going to be the only people on record whose wedding registry is Kingsley North.
I love that so much. We're registered at Kingsley North. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Good choice, by the way.
Covington works.
Covington, yeah, High Tech Diamond, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, those are good ones.
All the lapidary, yeah. Suva lapidary is probably a good one also to belong to. Shout outs. If anybody's wondering what these guys, need for their nups. And so another question. Now, I think I might have a clue as to the answer, but maybe some people in the audience don't. What is your favorite stone, Lisa? Uh-oh.
She's going between 2, I can tell you that right now.
She's trying to shorten down the list right now. I can see it happening in your head.
Yeah. Golly. There is no such thing as a favorite stone.
Ah.
There isn't. Fluorite. I love fluorite. I do. I love so many other stones too. I really do like fluorite, but I don't have a favorite.
Yeah.
And then there's all fossils, so.
Yeah, actually, fossils are her favorite. She will tell you that straight up.
Yeah.
I love rocks. Fossils are my thing. She would get rid of all of her rocks if she could only have fossils.
No.
That whole process is all fossils.
That's almost heresy, but I get it. And so, but they don't make well, they do make fossils in purple. Because I was going to say, it's got to be purple, right? I mean, like your favoriteest of all favorite things.
My favorite color is purple by far. Purple.
And Rufo's like, that's a very deep question. Like, yeah, we hit the hard hitting questions right from the get-go out the gate here, man. So what's your favorite fossil, Lisa?
No
I'm
such
just
thing as a favorite fossil.
so I know I'm asking all the mean
There's ones that
questions.
I don't even have yet. Like we were talking about.
I know the answer to that.
The Ankylosaurus.
Yep, Ankylosaurus.
I want one. He wants a bird.
I want to herd of them.
I just
Uh-huh.
want one.
You just need one, but they probably are happier in a herd, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than a needy ankylosaur climbing up on you. Let me tell you, just pay attention to me.
Right? Yeah, they get lonely and then yeah.
60-foot sauropod.
Nice. These are good answers.
I mean, who wouldn't want a 60-foot sauropod?
That's true.
You know, if that's the only thing in your house.
I'm pretty sure he wouldn't let me have it in the house.
Are you sure?
Bigger house. Yeah, maybe if we had a bigger house.
Yeah. Just build the house around the fossil and, you know, I mean, that would be one really, really impressive great room for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, if I'd have had the money, that dueling pair of dinosaurs they dug up in Wyoming a couple years ago that was up for auction, I'd have bought those and built a building around it.
Right?
I would totally have done that. It was like, oh, there's a T-Rex is for sale, and there was a Rex of some sort, or a Tyrannosaur of some sort in the Triceratops. That was my dream. Like, if I win the lottery, the very first thing I'm doing is buying that pair, because before it went to auction, it was still for sale. I'm just going to build a building around it and hire the guys to go in and put it together, and I'll call it a free museum.
Yeah. Or I was going to say, you could even it could be on a donation basis and maybe make some of your like either initial investment money back or the building money back.
Oh, yeah. She's a genius. We're going to go see the museum while I'm here.
Yeah.
That does sound like a genius idea. Which museum? The Rice?
Yes.
Yay!
Use the brains of the operation.
Oh, yeah. You got to go see the Rice.
Yes. I told him I wanted to wait until he was here to see it.
We're going.
Okay.
Woohoo. Yeah.
Watch him be closed next week for some reason.
Yeah. Well, somebody else did break and enter. So, I mean.
Not cool, dude.
No, that wasn't good juju for somebody. And luckily, like there's a lot of folks that support that museum, and so at the very least, they will recover. But yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, and once a specimen gets melted down, it's gone. I don't care about your bullion. I want to see that string and the lattice and all.
Yeah, there was some neat wire gold in there that
are.
Yeah, but I think that, like I said, I think that there are people that are going to try to collaborate so that they have a nice gold selection anyway. They'll just redonate specimens. A lot of the specimens were original, but I mean, at the very least, there's a lot of big-hearted people that want folks to be able to visit it and see stuff.
Didn't I see something like a month or so ago where they had found a person of interest they were talking to about the whole thing?
Ooh, I don't know, but I'm glad they didn't release like that too much, because I think people would be like going after him.
Yeah, the last people we want to anger are people that collect rocks. We have hard
yeah, like carry a rock pick at all times and whatnot. Like, and these are weapons.
And muriatic acid. We know how to dispose of bodies.
That's great.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, right. We're kidding, YouTube. That's awesome. You didn't hear it here at all. Oh, okay. Mr. Turtle Montana, we have somebody stepping forth already, making a donation to the Rice Museum, the rear molars. Thank you so much, man. That'll get us started. some gold. We might wait until you're not using them anymore. I don't know.
I don't know. That's a weird story, though. My grandfather donated his body to science. My grandmother had all the gold teeth yanked out before he went. And my cousins and I were exploring one day and found them in a box in the closet.
Yeah.
And when she passed, nobody could find them. They were gone.
Wow. Yeah, that is just
My
like,
uncle went
yeah.
looking for them, and they were nowhere to be found. So we don't know what's up with that. Probably still on the wall of the house somewhere. Someone's going to be remodeling in like 50 years and pull out a box of teeth.
Yeah, not creepy.
No.
You know, the worst part would be if the thing's haunted and you just hear like the teeth chattering. Like what is
And
that noise?
the smell of fresh baking bread in the air too, because I learned all my baking and stuff from my grandmother. She's the one who taught me all of that. So yeah, teeth chattering, and it smells like fresh bread.
Yeah.
Then we know. Yeah, I have a like right behind me on the roll top desk there behind me is a molar with a gold in it that Steve gave me. That was his dad's, and he's like, "Can you get the gold out of this?" And I'm like, and like so I put it way back behind a bunch of stuff. I'm like, I don't know if I can.
I don't know whether I should.
Yeah. If we get really desperate, maybe. I don't know.
Bring it into the pawn shop, see what they give you.
Well, I think I have told the story before. The sledgehammer that I have, I did buy at the pawn shop, and or one of them. We have like a little quiver of sledgehammers, but my biggest one I got at the pawn shop, and they were bummed out that I was buying it because that was the one that they used to break the teeth, and I was like, oh, wow, I'll buy it anyway.
You just need to wash it off a bit first.
Yeah. We were using that. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay.
When you pray to God, you don't become a suspect in like some sort of murder and they come and start testing all your tools to see.
Yeah, there's DNA all over this sucker, yeah. My goodness.
Hey, you're closed. You're stuck with me, babe.
All right. So in the chat, if you guys have questions for Lisa, go ahead and pop them up in all caps. And so we'll play ask Lisa questions. But meanwhile, I have to ask, like you did say that, I mean, it's clear that we are surrounded by rocks behind you. What is your favorite rock in your collection, would you say, or is there one?
Probably my favorite is rock in my collection. Either be trilobites or my ammonites. And I have several.
Nice. Oh yeah, check that out. Three's Company.
Oh, yeah.
Those are huge. Beautiful.
And the new one.
Grab that.
Aw, Mr. Turtle Montana says the one on her finger. Right, the one that Ken's gonna place there for sure, definitely.
That's new ones.
Oh, and Spot, you are so right. They needed the big hammer for accounts receivable. Yeah, I think that was what they weren't actually owning up to, but at any rate, they were sad. Ooh, that is also ginormous.
That's
my gosh.
the newest.
Is that one of the ones from Theo, perhaps?
No, I thought that one in the $1 auction, believe it or not.
Wow. Oh, score. Awesome.
Yeah. I think we paid maybe $5 for it.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah, that is like I understand that actually from things that you've told me in the past about how you've acquired some of the gems that you did lay onto me, that you are one heck of a shopper.
She does some great auction finds.
I have some
I look
really
into the
cool
occasional
auction
really
finds.
good one, like those sphalerite spheres, but wow. It's like, oh, I got this for 50 cents.
Yeah, unreal good like parcel scores. We have one here. Is Ken your most favorite new rock?
Yes. He's my favorite fossil.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
But you're the favorite.
Fossil?
But
Favorite rock.
He's older than me.
Fossils are my favorite.
Aw.
Damn.
Oh my goodness. All right. And so let's see. I'm just making sure that we're not missing any let's see. Oh, look at this. Lisa and Ken, I need ring sizes for you for some normal stone rings. I'm making a bunch for people, and you two are on the list. Oh, that's so sweet. And any color and material requests. Those are really super rad rings, by the way, Rufo.
I have no idea what my ring finger size is, but she does. She knows hers.
6 and purple.
6 and purple.
Purple.
Nice.
Whatever material purple comes in.
Right. Well, that's what I was thinking. There are purple fossils. If you count opal, like any of the, you know, those Steinkerns that are in opal, like the oh my gosh, I can't believe my brain just, what's that?
Belemnites?
Yeah, those. Exactly. And any of the Steinkerns that they find out there, a purple one, that would be like maybe a really good fossil, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you can't snub your nose at opal and fossil.
Fossil.
And purple.
And purple. All right.
Right there.
It is. It's the trifecta.
And so any finger, your choice, not necessarily your ring fingers. That is actually a really good point, because a lot of times people will like tell me that they want a ring and it's for their ring finger, but they always like wear a wedding ring or something like that. And I'm like, any other ring will do, like, or any other finger will do, like your pointer finger or your middle finger or your pinky or whatever.
I have no idea. I will find a way to measure my finger for rings and get back to you on that. And I very much appreciate the offer, Chris. That's just wonderful.
All right. A hack is actually there are ring size charts online. So all you'd have to do is pop in a question on Google, but then if you take a wire or a twist tie for your bread or anything like that, and you wrap it around the finger of your choice, not tight, like the kind of loose like you'd want a ring, and then you measure it, it will tell you your size. It's a conversion chart. And so if you were ever wondering, that's like kind of an easy way to get there.
That's good to know. I have short, stubby fingers. So
ring size conversions.
But I do have the twist ties. We've established that fact.
I figured. Everybody's got something. I mean, some people like to use, yarn or string, and in some like websites it'll suggest that, but that's something that's like, there's a little bit of adjustability there. It's nice to use something that's, at the very least not stretchy. So wire, or I love twist ties because it gives you that the width, and so you can't cheat. Like something super duper thin, you might like get too small of a calculation there. But if it's got that like extra paper on either end, you're getting like, okay, that's my ring size. As if you could pull it off of your finger, that's the way to do it. Yeah. And so, Karen has the hacks. Like, ask me how I know, like having to like get somebody's ring size in a pinch, like what do we have?
It makes sense, the circumference of your finger. You just okay. I got 1 3/4 inches. You're a 8.5. I don't know. I'm making those numbers up off the top of my head, but
Yeah, yeah. And so yeah, that's what everybody needs to do for Rufo. Send in your sizes. Oh, this is so cute. Everybody get your screenshots right now.
and
And
it's very appropriate that we're on here because this is technically where we met.
oh, I want to hear that story, you guys. That's a question.
Well, it's the podcast. I mean, that's where we first really met and started chatting.
No way.
And that's
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
We met in the podcast.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I am having complete dork out syndrome right now. That is
Yeah, we met with you. You introduced us technically.
That's so cool. I'm so tickled. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Yay. All right. So I guess the next scoopy question is how did you get the wheels turning? Like how did you guys know?
I knew just talking to him. I mean, we chatted during the podcast, and then we chatted through Discord. I mean, all the time.
Yeah,
like morning, noon, and night.
Well, before that though, was when I had a huge crush on her from chatting, and I sent her a Facebook request, a friend request on Facebook one day, and she accepted it, and I was like, oh. And a couple days later, I decided to send her a message on Discord, and we just started talking. And the next day, we just started. First thing when she got up in the morning, I said good morning when I got up in the morning. Hey, I'm up. Say hi when you can. She chatted, and the next thing you know, it's midnight for me, and I'm getting ready to go to bed, and haven't accomplished anything because I've been talking to her all day.
Wow.
And I already had a huge crush on her at that point. That went on for a while, like over a year. And we would come onto the podcast and be like, hey, how you been? Just playing it innocent, like we hadn't been talking to each other every day, all day for the last week.
Yeah, because none of us were the wiser.
Yeah, no, that was well over a year. And I finally get to the point, I'm like, I've gone past crush to full blown, I'm in love, and I better say something. Otherwise, it's not fair. And we spent a good, she said it first, but we spent about 3 days talking about it back and forth, talking around it. Both of us just kind of circling in on I love you. And eventually we both hit the point at pretty much the exact same second. And I love you. She said it first. And I was already typing it before it came out. And that was a year and a half ago. Somewhere around there, a little bit less than a year and a quarter ago. And so that went on for about a year, and then September 1st, she proposed.
Woohoo! All right, we love September.
Yeah, that's how that went.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I love that. How did you do it, Lisa? Did you just straight up ask him?
Yep. I mean, we've been talking about it, and I thought he never wanted to get married.
And I was saying I didn't think she'd want to get married again either.
And he had said something. I said, well, I assumed you never wanted to get married. And he says, no, I want to get married someday. And I said, well, I might as well ask you then.
It sounds like you're available. Okay.
And she did. And there was zero hesitation. Once again, here we are. 2 days after she asked, I started making plans to come out here for at least a visit. I knew it would be a little while longer before I can get out of Florida full time permanently. But we
weren't counting on that hurricane.
Yeah, we weren't counting on that. Yeah, there was a good possibility that hurricane was going to wipe everything out, and I was going to show up here with a suitcase and a cat. It'd be like, this is me and everything I own in the world. And we'd have made it work. But
of course,
we're here now, and I'm here for 2 weeks. And the day I got here, there's several things that are going to happen eventually. The day and any one of them gets me out of Florida. And the day I got here, I got an email saying that the second to last step had been done on one of them. And I've been waiting 5 years for it to be done. And it's still going to take months, but it's in the final stages. So it's happening boom, boom. As soon as I got here, I found out there's another advance. We've got momentum. This is everything we overcame. She's the strongest person I know. And she's overcome way more than I have. And I've been through 8 surgeries, 3 years of physical therapy, and she's got me beat by a mile.
Wow.
We've overcome a lot just to find each other, and there ain't nothing stopping us now.
And I knew
Nice.
I had been dreaming about this man my whole life.
Same here.
Absolutely. And I never thought he existed.
Yeah, I had hit the point where I just stopped looking. I'm like, I don't even care. I don't do the bar scene anymore. Thank God. I don't go out anywhere. It's like, okay, I live in a little box with a cat. I'm that guy. Me and my rocks and my cat. And here we are.
I love this. When she was ringing me up, I asked her, do you want to see a cool rock? And she says, I love rocks. And at that moment, I knew I was in Life Flint. Right? Yeah, that is like such a good story. And then Blind Squirrel was like, yeah, let alone the tornado. So you had like that whole hurricane and the tornado situation going on. And
that's never ever want to do that again. That was just watching a tornado drop in front of you and just move on to kill people. And it was one of dozens that were around me that day. That was just, and she's the one that warned me. I wasn't watching tornado warnings. That was not on my radar.
I woke up to it.
But pardon the expression, it wasn't on my radar at all. I was like, yeah, there's a hurricane on the other side of the state, and I didn't even have any. My cell phone was turned off, I think, so I wasn't getting alerts for anything. And she said, "You got tornado warnings." I went and looked. Like, oh, geez.
Yikes!
So the next 4 hours in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's crazy, but we are so happy that you were able to get through that whole entire situation, and you had your stuff when you got back to your house. Like the stuff hadn't been completely demolished like some of the other buildings that weren't too far away from you.
Oh no, yeah,
I mean, that was pretty serious.
Yeah, I mean, some of the places in my park are destroyed. When Ian hit, we lost, I want to say it was like 5 or 6% of the building. There's over 400 buildings in there. Buildings. And this time I think we lost like 3 or 4 permanently. They're going to have to be torn down. And that was just the last one. Wind was coming out of the north at 150 miles an hour for the whole time. And they're all built kind of parallel to each other, but opposite sides of the street, everything's facing the other direction. This time it was out of the south for 100 miles an hour. So all the people that got spared last time took it this time.
Wow. Yeah. It feels like only a matter of time for Florida. And they say that about us too with the subduction zone and all of our volcanoes and stuff like that, but I don't know, I think you're safer here, Ken. And Rifo says the
whole time we've been sitting here talking, I've been waiting for an earthquake to start.
Oh, we don't get them that often. The Rock Hound podcast, makers of everlasting inspiration, art, and love, the new tagline for the show. Yeah, right. And we were actually going to do one tonight because, summer's winding down and Theo's coming up for air from his wedding. And, everybody was starting to like, okay, we're ready. I'm starting to not be away all the time also. And Kurt, our hearts go out to you. We're so sorry you lost a few of your fur babies like in 1 week, and that's not even fair. And so, yeah.
It's uncalled for. It was just 2 at once. That's not cool. One's bad. 2 is just, Kurt, if you're out there listening, man, I don't know what to say. I got nothing, but brother,
love to you, Kurt, and knowing that your fur babies are frolicking on the other side of the rainbow bridge, and that squeeze coconut. So
that's going to be spoiled rotten for a while.
Surely. And then we lost Phil Lesh today. Oh my gosh. And so it's been like quite the landslide of news. Yeah, okay, we need to Steinker into that. Like
The Fur Babies and Phil Lesh.
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers. Yep. I'm trying to go to that side of the screen.
I don't know.
We'll get there.
I don't know where I am. I keep on switching it, so who knows which
I'll try
side
not to bludgeon her to death while I'm at it.
Yeah, it's the cup game is the highlight of the show. All right. And Eric the cat was saying that they hope they never see another tornado again. Tornadoes are not a good way to save on airfare, says Spot. Yeah, we are down with that.
Yeah, I've been in small tornadoes before, like been hit by a couple of zeros and I think a 1. I don't know if they ever classified that one or not. And that's just, super windy and things are bouncing off the side of the building. But EF3 is coming at you. That's a whole different world. I don't even want to, I've had one of those go like a mile down the road for me, 3/4 of a mile down the road for me.
California.
And it's, yeah.
So when
same cow.
Yeah. Yeah.
All we are is cows in the wind, dude.
Cows in the wind. Man, we need to write that song.
Weird Al needs to write that song.
Right. I'm always thinking of Sharknado. Like I haven't seen one of the water funnels yet, but we're supposed to get them.
I've seen a couple of them.
Yeah. And so I'm just waiting for that bad boy to, come across the cove, and I don't know. It'll be interesting, but it's like one of those things, like, I mean, aren't you don't want to be there for the tornado, but you are curious as to see one. You know what I mean?
The water spouts were great because they were offshore, mile or two out, paralleling the coast. It's like, oh, look at that. That's kind of neat. It's just I don't want to see it come at me.
No.
Or Lisa knows it might be a whale NATO, right?
I'm still waiting. I've never been into those sci-fi channel Sharknado movies. They look ridiculous, but fun. I'm waiting now. I thought they've gone through all of them. They need to make a fire Sharknado because there's fire NATOs. I want to see fire Sharknado. So if you guys are out there listening, you sci-fi channel and all those fire Sharknado. Yeah. I mean, that's how you step it up a notch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, you know that there has to be like a luau scene in that. Like, it's going to be all terrible. It's got to be like MST3Kable. Like,
I want to see somebody get impaled by a pig on a stake.
Yeah. And then all the dinners are just replaced by a bunch of steaming shark that's ready to eat, So, oh, you guys are so cute. Excuse everyone, they need a giggle break. It's going to take a minute.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be that night, isn't it?
Yeah, Spot loves the Sharknado series. Yeah.
I haven't seen any of them, but how they haven't made that step yet is beyond me.
Yeah, no kidding. And Mom wishes you best wishes. Thanks, Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
Oh yeah, she's. What's kind of funny is that you guys were all watching the podcast, and then there's people watching you guys. Like Mom knows you guys. Like, oh yeah, Ken and Lisa, of course, those guys. You don't know how many people know you, right?
Right.
It's such a cool community that we belong to.
Everybody knows my name. Nobody knows my face.
That's her.
There it is.
It's me. Absolutely.
Oh, speaking of community. Sorry. Liz and Charlie, if you ever see this, you're awesome.
Oh, look at that.
Lisa said that she wanted a panda when they were overseas, that she wanted a panda. And they got her this and carried it around for months and made sure to hide it from the camera every time they were filming so they could surprise her with this.
That
She
is
got
so
it in the mail, had no clue it was coming. You guys are awesome. For her birthday. You guys are
Aw.
awesome. Liz and Charlie, I love you even more.
Yeah, Liz and Charlie are absolutely ridiculously awesome people. And what a cool adventure to be able to go around the like Thailand and all those cool places with them.
Absolutely. And the last show that was on was them at the gem market where they got my gem.
Oh gosh,
And
that
they
was
didn't-
Candyland.
Yeah, they didn't show that whole because that was a live series, not part of their regular scheduled show. So they didn't show any of that. But
Yeah, that was.
yeah, that was the same gem market where they got my gem.
Yep.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yep.
I haven't watched that one yet because it came out while my mom's here. And yet I was thinking, like, didn't we already go there? But you're right. That was for the live stream. And this is all the eye candy that they didn't catch in the live.
Yep, absolutely.
Ooh.
These people are just like bringing out bags of. It's like cut the blue topaz bag. That was just gorgeous.
Yeah.
And they're just dumping them out on the table. Oh,
Yeah.
There's like 2 kilos of cut stones right there.
They've got like cut blue topaz like this big, a whole bag full of them.
Like it's $12.
Yeah. I mean, like gems, faceted gems this big.
Wow.
Outrageous. Gorgeous stones too. Color, beautiful.
Mounds of rubies, mounds of sapphires.
Because they're Americans. And they're sitting down, and now all of a sudden everybody thinks they're a buyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they know Americans have money.
Wow.
Except for those two.
Comparatively, they did. I mean,
Yeah.
Wow.
Different lifestyle. But yeah, it was just incredible.
I didn't pocket my 1 carat aquamarine being $6.50.
That's nuts.
Yeah, and it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous stone.
Yeah. A pear-shaped, faceted 1 carat aquamarine.
For $6 and change.
Yeah, for $6.50 basically.
Man, you can't even touch that price for just the rough material, let alone, you know, the labor to make it faceted. Like that's insanity.
Yeah, I mean, here, I mean, we know that our work is worth more than that. That we couldn't cut a stone that cheaply.
Nope.
For nothing in the world, we wouldn't.
You can't have just the supplies to cut the stone. Would cost the amount of grit and whatever you're using would cost more than that.
Yeah.
The wear on your plates and all your charging and
the rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's insane.
Get out of the ground.
Yeah, just getting it out of the ground costs more than $6. That's crazy.
Price of gas to get there, if you're lucky.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, great. Good points. I want to boop Chris really quick. Boop. Good to see you. Yeah, you need to boop her. Make sure that oh, there you go. You nailed it. Nailed it. But yeah, that's definitely going to be a video to go watch because their whole the fact that they were treating us to those live streams at all was just so cool to see the area, but the fact that they took us to the gem market was really special.
I know, it's really special.
Yeah. And those carvings, like wasn't there like some like massive labradorite carvings and things that just
there were
real
labradorite carvings that were like that tall, of like roosters and dragons that were $9, I want to say, something like that. And they were gorgeous. And they're not pieced together pieces of tiger's eye. It's like they took a chunk and carved it out into a rooster, and that would be $9.
Mr. Turtle Montana, thank you. I like the teamwork, you guys. So what did the DJ name his son?
Just remember when your downstairs neighbor starts playing guitar at 4 a.m, he's got a reason this time.
Oh.
He will too.
What the heck?
We can't be angry with this one.
Thanks so much, Mr. Turtle Montana. I've definitely been missing your awesome wit.
Absolutely.
All right, so do you guys have any words of wisdom for the rock community to share?
Wisdom.
Don't lick rocks.
I like your name plate here. Like, is it liking rocks or are we licking rocks? Ken, what's going on here?
Open to interpretation. I thought of that like, I don't know, 8-10 months ago, something like that. And we both have, is it licking or liking? I don't know, but both work. It's however you want it to be.
Don't lick in rocks.
No licking rocks.
Just
you
be
don't
like
have
them.
to.
That's a good slogan.
You don't have to.
Anyways.
And how about you, Lisa? Like, what would your words of wise be?
I have no wise.
No wise?
I have no wise.
She's the wisest person I know.
I'm not.
She probably like is wise, just like ambiently all the time, and you just, at the moment pick it up as you go along, like the string of pearls that those wisdom pieces are, right?
Be the uncarved block.
Okay.
That's what that means.
It's like one hand clapping. So this is going to be a Buddhist tone. Well, that's why you have Ken. You guys clap together, right? Yeah. See? There's an answer.
Seals.
You both get fish. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys are welcome to hang out while I go through Cheryl's kind box if you guys want to, or you can eat cookies, or what
we can do both.
You guys can eat cookies and we can all go through. Look at, they were right there. They were right there. How did you guys like go this entire time without eating the cookies?
We stored some in our later pouch.
I see. That works. Awesome. All right. Well, one thing that I did want to bring up onto the stage. Can I do this now? All right. Here's our third party. Cheryl was so rad to here. I put you guys back in the eating cookies. She sent me this wonderful parcel here with her super awesome sticker. I love that. And I was going to save to open it like in front of you and Lisa, Ken and Lisa, and everybody out there, and it somehow got opened all by itself. And so it's already opened, and it's bursting forth. But here's another one of these. She knew how much I loved her sticker, and so she included one, which is awesome. So you go on one of the walls of fame here in the studio. Usually these stickers make their way onto the tools and stuff, right? So that'll go on something. My faceting machine has a wonderful drip container that is absolutely covered in people's stickers, and so it'll be on one of those probably. And I like having you guys along, Ken and Lisa, because we can play Name This Rock together.
Is that ice candle agate?
One more time.
Ice candle?
And so she said that it is either crazy lace or bubble lace. But what's this ice candle that you speak of? Does this look like
it's
it might
another
be
white agate with the little fortification zones like that?
the things and the stuff?
Agate, so.
Bubble lace. Ma's in it. She's in it to win it. She wants to say bubble. And so I'm gonna like, just in case this wasn't like, look at that big druzy pocket right there, you guys. I know it's not in the very best of focus because phone doesn't necessarily want to do that on this setting, but that's a big, that right there, big, huge, chunky drusiness. And I'm gonna make it wet just in case it makes it better. And that's not, oh, actually there's a little less glare at the very least. And it's chatoyant. Hey guys, do you know about the bubble agate? What is it big swaths of feldspar that makes it somewhat chatoyant? Ma, if you're paying attention, do you know? Or Ken and Lisa, do you guys know? Because like there's these big areas, it's not going to show it because I just got it wet, but actually a little bit it does. It's super chatoyant.
Great spot right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And so
Brown
yeah,
chicken
that's sexy. And so right out the gate, thank you, Cheryl, because I can't wait to let my saw get its little paws on this. It's going to be a super fun one to make some neato cabs. And we've got Kyle in the house.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
He wanted to pop in and say hello and howdy to Ken and Lisa. And so
Hey, Kyle.
Ken and Lisa, come on back
Hi,
and
Kyle.
tell Kyle what you did about like what the podcast did for you guys.
Oh, we met in the podcast. We would not be together and getting married were it not for you guys.
Yep. Absolutely.
Isn't that crazy, Kyle? I didn't know that, like, that piece of, history was that's where you guys met.
Yeah.
That is so
I
funny.
may have seen her commenting on videos that I'd watched before, probably did, but it wasn't until we started.
Yeah.
I was watching her say
Chatting.
stuff and
Chatting in
Yeah.
in the comment.
yeah. You guys introduced us. We wouldn't be together if it were not for you.
Oh, that is so sweet. And I guess he was burning scrap wood from the making of his new big preparation box that he made, which, by the way, Kyle, very, very flippin' cool. I did catch a little bit of that in your last live. I was lurking. And thank you so much, Mr. Turtle Montana. Really appreciate that. I'm a little late on the scene with the thank you, but I really appreciate you giving the memberships, and congratulations to you guys that are getting those memberships. I really appreciate all your support as well. And here's like Kyle, just a tiny bit late to the information.
Not overly late.
he's-
It's only
I
been a
think
couple
he's-
weeks since we told people.
I think he's
Yes, we are.
Yes.
She proposed. Dude, you have no idea what that's like. Like, most mind-blowing moment of my life. I got no words on that one. It was incredible.
Okay, so Melissa said she knew that was what kind of agate that was because she sent her a piece too. I would have left it at me being super, super impressed with your incredible knowledge. But all right. Thank you for that. Rockhound podcast lore. And where did that go? So Daw, says Kyle, had to include that because that was to the fact that you guys had met over there. Happy for you both. Thank you so much, you guys. All right, yeah. And so that and with that, we'll get back to this here box of rocks. This is why boxes of Roxases always take so long, is because we have to tangent profusely in between all the rocks. And so here's another one.
Ooh.
Name that rock, guys.
Bob.
Good answer. I'm gonna make Bob wet. Do you think Bob will bob? Or should we,
It's a witch.
right? Or shall we call him Sink?
Ooh, pretty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, gorgeous.
Put that under the microscope, please.
Can I have a what? What?
Wow.
All
You can
right.
have 3 what's.
can we safely do this all at once? I wonder what. There you go. There's it under the
It's on your
microscope.
sleeve.
Yeah.
Quick draw McGraw right here. Let's see. Go out a little bit.
There you go.
No, can't see.
Focus.
Focus. It's absorbing all of its water, and so it's losing the look pretty quick. But you wanted it, you got it.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. You ask and thou shalt receive.
Wow.
It's not ugly.
No, it is not ugly.
Mm. Gorgeous.
Cheryl, you've got my address, right?
Yeah, because he has a microscope too.
Actually, I want one of those stickers.
Me too.
Right? And the sticker. She has a rad sticker. And so, all right, if we do this is going to take all night, which I don't mind, but
Unboxing, day 5.
right. Well, yeah, you guys both remember your boxes and how long it took for us to get through both of y'all's boxes. They were like 2 and 3 part series.
Mine was.
Are you guys frozen? Yeah, I think you guys froze for a second.
No,
No, I'm not.
we
frozen.
may. We wouldn't have noticed.
You guys don't feel cold at all? All right. So this is from City
Oh,
Rock
Nick.
Hounding.
Hi, Nick.
And we have some coral.
Coral.
Right, is it
Hi.
Coral.
Hi, Coral.
Where's Coral?
Coral.
Oh,
Wow. Look at
that was a nice flip.
Yeah. Wait for it.
the face in it.
Oh, okay. Back to the face.
Look, doesn't it have a little
It
face?
does have a little face. I see it. See, we're pointing at it right now.
Yeah.
See, guys, I know you guys need pointers and stuff too. Like it would be only fair in which
the bottom. Well, we're looking at the bottom right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it like with a kind of like a half grin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the teeth. I just think that those folds are really neat. That's what I was kind of seeing in those cuts that I was taking from the squirrel pieces of horn coral. Or no, honeycomb.
Honeycomb.
Yeah. A cross section of that might be really fun. Just a shave off an edge.
Sure. Yeah, I can do. Can do. All right, so that's that, and then there's this piece too, and this looks like it's a nice little bivalve.
Yeah. Brachiopods.
It's a brachiopod.
Very nice, really detailed.
Yes.
I think that I'll bet you anything Cheryl was also going like, yeah, and the reason why I sent you that stuff was to put it under the microscope, Karen. And so we're probably going to have to do a microscope jam on this stuff, but at like a later date, or else we're going to be going into the wee hours. And this, what do you reckon this piece of sunshine is, you guys?
Lovely.
That's carnelian, I would bet.
Yeah.
Where it was going off the color, I can't tell if it's an agate or just a iron stained quartz, but
Yeah. Like I'm wondering if it's some of that onyx stuff, maybe.
oh,
I don't know.
because that white, the white looks like quartz.
Yeah, it does look quartzy in there, and this one's not labeled, and so I don't know, but it's pretty. I like sunshine. I like yellow. I think that
Yes.
that's what Cheryl has been paying attention to. I'm like a yellow fanatic. Like Lisa gets all the purple, and I'll take the yellow.
Very sunny.
Yeah, yeah, I do love the sunshine. I'm a worshiper. Okay, wait, and there's writing here. We might want to check. Oh, slag glass from Jeff. Very cool.
Jeff
And
K.
yeah, and so it's not Jeff from Jeff
Hunting
and
Rocks.
Vicky. It's the exactly.
Jeff Keffer.
Yes, the other Jeff.
Jeff Keffer. Keffer.
A Jeff by any other name.
Pretty sunny.
Not all Jeffs are created equal.
Right. And actually, oh shoes. I got stuff on my my light, or else I would.
Oh, backlighter.
Yeah. We'll do it anyway.
It's a great little light bar.
Yes, it is.
Gotta love the light bar.
Oh, wow.
Ciao.
Ooh.
Wow.
Cool, cool, ciao. Yeah.
Now, is that from a bottle making factory, do you think? Going off the color?
Probably. Do we got Coke glass, you think?
I think
Maybe.
Coke glass are the those big old jugs.
Honey.
Oh yeah, like growler jugs, or
Yeah,
or
yeah.
even old medicinal style jugs.
Yep, those big square ones.
Yep. Yeah, that you'd put like
Like
nasty
so.
things like castor oil and not.
And chemists stored a lot of their chemicals in there too, so they wouldn't react with light.
Right, bang on. Yeah. So there you go, guys. If it was castor oil, it would be gag glass.
But
Thank you. That is what your pan is for.
yeah.
And then I think that there's another slag in there, and I believe it's the same color. And oh, we've got some horn coral here from City Rock Hounding. Again, this is kind of cool because this is the firstliest of this material that I've. Oh my goodness, that it definitely needs to go underneath the microscope, you guys.
Yes,
Look
it
at those
does.
crystal
Oh,
pockets.
wow.
Oh, am I seeing sparkles?
Oh, wow.
You are seeing sparkles.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh no. Okay. Do I make an exception to my own rule and put that underneath the microscope right now, or do we save this for? Oh gosh, yeah. That hole right there is all full of druzy.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
pretty much all of this is.
All druzy, just different colored druzy.
Yeah, what's that yellow?
Yeah, it's probably. Do you think that it's like an oxidized situation with a druzy
I think
cap over the top?
Actually be even calcite.
I was going to say a completely different mineral all the way around,
like
maybe.
calcite.
I think that you guys are right. Oh man, this is really begging to get put underneath the microscope. Okay, one more. Yeah. I have to change the config all around. So I'm gonna do that. Hi
Hey,
guys.
entertain you here.
Yeah, entertain everyone for a second while I put this underneath the microscope.
You don't want us entertaining you. That involves like some sort of vocal arrangement, and that's you want people to stay.
My tap dance skills are not the best.
You said you were gonna tap dance, Lisa.
You're like a cat paw.
Yeah, I can tap with one foot. The other foot just does not tap. It doesn't do shit.
That counts.
We can introduce the menagerie, you know? Very first stuffed animal I gave her.
Aww. Very nice. We have rocks and stuffed animals, you guys.
And cookies.
And cookies. This is like a slumber party, you guys. This
Hey,
is
look, it's a flying fox.
You just did that. You did that. Okay. Here is our little druzy pocket there, and that is quite the crystal cavern,
Oh,
as you can see.
oh my.
And it's interesting because you can see the other points. See the orange points there too? I'll zoom in a bit.
Look
It
at
Those
looks
that
are the
right there.
square.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
Yep.
That's calcite. It's
Focus.
square.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I see the squares there.
Uh-huh.
And that one in the bottom of the pocket looks like it's got a square on one side and maybe a dog tooth on the right.
Right? I think you're right. That's what I'm loving this pocket because we get like two great tastes in one. And so we'll get a little bit closer and have a look at those guys in better. I just like that whole little landscape right here. Isn't that sweet?
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And if I had my menu is lost in the shuffle of all these windows. We have so many windows right now, you guys. I can't get rid of my exposure bar. Hey, William is in the house. Good to see you, Mr. Dub.
Hey, Dub.
Beep beep coral tomcat. That's great. Yeah, candy corn. I like that for sure. Yeah, nice fossil from Michigan. This is really really neat. And so I'm going to pan out just a little bit and sharpen it, and then let's take a drive up the side of the horn coral, because we're at one side of the horn, and you guys did see that there's more, but wait, there's more.
There's more.
Yeah.
Along the calcite. That's totally
Like blocky land over there. And then this is really interesting.
Yeah.
Is that chert in there? It's kind of tough to tell through the screen if that's a mineral coating
oxidized.
Yeah.
It's oxidized something.
I'm seeing ribs almost like
Right.
condyloid stem structure.
Yeah.
It's just outside of a horn coral has the same ridges too. So
that's what I think we're looking at it as, and I can word, but so many plates spinning at once right now. And so I think that if anything, that the actual, like, the skeleton of the coral permineralized differently, obviously, and then it got filled in with the calcite and the agate bug. You know what I mean?
yeah, and that's just remnants of the outer shell of that animal.
Bingo. Yeah. And so it could be chert. It's just, whatever mineralization that ended up being. That's not ugly.
No.
Moving along down its body. And I love this, like, that we get that striation pattern up here. And then it's the opposite pattern down here. So we're getting like a different section.
Yeah.
And that's like practically mosaic. I'll bring it into some better focus. And what we can do here, oh my Lord, have merciful goodness, that's nice. Let's see if we can do this. Can we do this? I'm going to do that just so that everybody can see it a little bit better. And then who wants to get closer? Let's go there. And what have we here?
Wow.
Not bad.
That's just cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
That's really neat. Go ahead.
Those lines are like actual animal structure or just where it brecciated a touch?
I think this is probably either the good question. Yes. But perhaps brecciation or delineation of cell structure.
Yeah.
Like its own structure. I'm not sure. It's very mosaicy, and unfortunately, I put it down so low that it's out of focus range for the zoom. Let me see if I can do any better. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
So we definitely, like, what interesting, like, it's in between, torn between two focus.
Like a fool.
Yeah. Oh man. and just kind of working it in and out so that we can kind of see everything ish. But yeah, that is wild. What are we even looking at?
Wild. I want to say there's too many right angles there for it to be brecciation. I just don't see it repeating that process in that way over and over through all of it.
Yeah.
One square is one thing or two.
Organized.
Yeah, way too organized. Good work.
I like that. Yeah. So we're looking at it like the mosaic tile of its cellular structure, and perhaps there was actually some decomposition, which makes it a little irregular on some of the edges. How do you like that?
Oh, I think we're sounding professional.
As long as we're making up intelligent sounding words on the fly, we're good.
Absolutely.
Let's see what the group think is thinking. Let's see. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but build a bear excites me. I think that's about yeah. Thank you, Mr. Turtle. That must have been about our stuffed animals back there, and definitely loving this stuff. Looks like compressed favosites. Does that sound about right?
Yeah. Talk about sounding professional there, Mr. Turtle.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, could be skin, says Sam Maker. My gosh. Wow, wouldn't that be cool? Definitely. Okay, so definitely honeycomb coral favosites.
I think you meant decomposed.
Boom, baby. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, compressed and maybe like ka-chunked a bit.
Right?
It looks like it's been ka-chunked just a tiny bit, but very, very pretty. Not skin, but common opal through silicification. All right, yeah.
To throw another one out there.
Yeah.
One of those calcite crystals pseudomorph with the chert. It's because those calcite crystals are all square, and those squares continue right through it. So if the calcite got replaced by chert, that could have done the squares.
Ooh, I like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but now we're back to confusion. If that happened, like then what are we looking at? Is it did the calcite follow the cell structure?
I don't know.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, because those calcite crystals are the exact same shape pattern running through it. It just turns to white in that spot. I'm purely guessing. I can't. This is pure wag. There's no S in front of that swag. I'm wagging the rock.
Definitely ka-chunky, and we have ka-chunked.
It's ka-chunked. That has been
added to the official lexicon. Yeah. Love it. All right. So good evening, Kirk, and the Romance Rock channel. That might have to stick. We'll just be the Romance Rock channel. I like it. And good for them getting ready for a trip to Spain. And so he is actually going to Spain, and he is saying good for you guys.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, because like you that wasn't one of those like, hey, surprise everybody. Kirk's sending you guys to Spain. Congratulations.
Thanks.
It's not.
Yeah. You're gonna get a passport.
All right, one more look at this one.
I claim this live in the name of Spain.
And now the comfy chair.
No. Not the comfy chair.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at. Is that fortification down there?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, and you know what? We can go closer. Do you want to go closer?
No,
Yes,
not at all. No, we're not into that. Let's talk.
Oh no, wait. Oh, it might be out of it. It's out of its range because I put it too low. This is the microscope is set for a certain depth right now, and that's it. But we can cruise around a little bit more. That is definitely some I mean, look at those bots. I'm going to put those bots in the middle of the square.
I was just pointing at them.
Dang. Got nice bots. And we
Oh,
move over here, and it's very cloudy body, like a
yeah.
neat. All right. I might have to, I'll be
Wow.
better set up for another look at this underneath the.
With the dog tooth.
Yep. Oh, there is dog tooth right there.
Right there.
Right there. Yep, right there.
The dog tooth calcite.
There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
dog tooth crystal on that. Yeah, it's awesome. And that focused up those bots a lot better too when you just did that little move.
Yeah. The squares are the shape of the polyps. Thank you, Mr. Turtle Montana. You are a gem.
I would not have guessed that.
That's fantastic. And can you show a photo from Discord? I can show you one I just found that's very similar. I might have the technology.
I can do that. If he puts it up, I can bring it up in a separate window and do the present thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you do that? That would be awesome. I've got so many windows open right now. I have so many share screens. It's not even funny.
He doesn't have a wrench.
I don't need a wrench.
No, this is a wrench-free, tool-free situation.
That's something I've been wanting to ask. I'm seeing all these little like dark dots. I can't tell if they're black or like a dark gray. Is that actually part of the rock, or is that just kind of like debris that's washed in? Can you tell?
That looks like part of the rock to me. I can't tell you what's going on. It doesn't look dirty.
It looks like some sort of mineralization on top of the white.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it's part of the rock.
Even on the darker.
Yeah, that's why I took us over here into some of the matrix, because it does seem to follow the same pattern. Like it's in the matrix, and it's also over here on the rock.
That's not up yet.
Turtle, where the picture is.
Yeah, Mr. Turtle, where are you throwing that picture up? Show and tell or general? Just let me know when it's there, and I'll get it for the screen.
He probably like messaged it to like me in particular. Can you go to my messages and go get it?
Sure, give me your password.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'll tell you verbally right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how that's even catching the light up there.
Cookies.
That's very pretty. Hot mic, you guys.
We have cookies.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
how
look at
chunky.
that.
Nom noms. Hello.
Super de nom.
Is that French? Super de nom?
Mais oui, mademoiselle.
Oh.
I heard a boop boop. Let me see.
I did. Yep. There was a universal boop boop.
Oh, he didn't show up one picture. He put a bunch. I can do this best individually. Let me choose.
Yeah. Like maybe a couple of the very best.
Yeah, they're going to have to be one at a time.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool. Let's see if we can get in there. Can we get in there? Can we get in there? Can we go? No. Oh, darn it. That's too deep. Too deep for today. You can pan out and look at that square. Little cutie. All right. So that's what we got. Oh, and I should probably take that down. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. That's very cool. Sweet. And so Turtle, it's in show and tell. All right. So do you want to put up a little explanation of what we're looking at? Is this are you just saying that these are the polyps that we're gazing at, the honeycombies? And chewy oatmeal raisin.
Sugar cookies.
Oh, sugar cookies. That sounds delicious. You guys are making me want something sweet. I think all I have is yogurt. Yogurt is tasty, but not when you want like something bad.
Yeah, it's not so great warm out of the oven.
No. Hot Gert is not okay. Okay, you can pick whatever one you want. I gave you options. Oh, okay, great. And do you have any splaining to do, Mr. Turtle Montana Lucy? Or do we just gaze in adoration at this? Because that's pretty darn cool. And what's interesting is the thing that I was showing you guys earlier this evening on the very beginning of the show is the
Oh, wow.
honeycomb coral that I cut that was from squirrel. And so I did both directions. And this is obviously if we were doing, what would you call this? The cross section or the radial section, whereas the lateral section would be the one that shows all the squares, right?
That sounds right.
Good.
It's either right or completely backwards.
Exactly. It's either that way or the other way. Nice. Okay. And was there another picture that you wanted to share?
Yeah, I've got to bring them up individually because I had to do the open in browser thing. So let's get rid of this one. I've lost track of myself here.
No.
Oh, there we go. Stop sharing. And let's do up the second one. Share screen.
Are we tangent central or what? Like, here we are in the middle of this box, but then we went and like looked underneath the microscope. And how about like let's do show and tell with Mr. Turtle now?
Right?
We're like way off in left field. I love it.
All right, there we go. Is it?
More of that white mineralization.
There we go. I think that's the
So
bottom portion of that last one. It was white on
nice.
top, and then that was down at the bottom. I think that's the bottom part.
Showing the honeycomb structure, and when they compress, they can make some really cool patterns. I see. Okay, so as it is mineralizing or getting compressed into the fossil record, it can do some trippy patterning, I guess. That makes a whole bunch of sense.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like we were watching one of the paleontology things earlier, and they were talking about how the cell structure in the marrow of dinosaur bones changes depending on how much pressure was put on them, and they actually become metamorphic rocks.
Oh, wow. Yeah, right? Oh my gosh. That's fantastic.
It actually changes the actual chemistry of them from the pressure of it.
Uh-huh.
Which I did not know. That was really cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so Turtle Montana is saying that he's posting another one, I guess, for you, Ken. And let me take this down. And
he put up several pictures of this. Let's look at another one.
Yeah.
Like I like that one right there.
Survey says.
Takes a second. There's multiple buttons to be pressed when I do this.
Oh, okay.
That one.
Meanwhile, I'll do. Oh no! Well, that's always beautiful. Never mind. I'll take that guy down. That was really awesome.
I think I put up.
Kid Curry, you are just in time. We're just like kind of going down a little bit of a rabbit hole on the honeycomb coral, which is absolutely fabulous.
How did I do that?
Yep. We went down.
Okay, you come back here. There we go.
What podcasts go?
It's right there.
Okay.
I just had to bring up a different screen.
Yep, you guys are still hot.
We're there.
Yep.
Yep.
And so what we're looking at meanwhile while he's getting that is the honeycomb coral. Like I promised, we have the lateral view and the radial view here, and we can take another look at that in a second because we have this. But down, yeah. This is the other, like with all of the pockets in it. And do you have is there a way for you to zoom on that or not so much?
Yes, there is.
Let's have that.
Okay, I've got that open twice, so I may. Oh, what am I doing here?
I don't know.
Hold on a second. I hit it on myself. There we go. Yes, there it is. Okay, that's the right one.
I love this. How did you get so good at Discord?
On the way I have it open right now, I have two options. I didn't save this picture and open it up in my picture viewer. And this is just the Discord option, which gives me two options, normal or whatever Zoom it decides to give me.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh
There
my
it is.
gosh.
That was the option Discord's giving me right now. Those are our two sizes. Let's get away from that. If I
Yeah,
save
no,
it as a picture, then open up my Windows picture viewer, then I can zoom in and out in increments. But with the Discord picture app, it's one zoom and one zoom only, and it depends on how
gotcha.
good their camera is.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And so,
He's
oh,
got a
and
good
Tiger
camera.
Eye is here too. Hey, Tiger Eye, did I miss you earlier? Thank you so much for coming and joining us. And we're going down fossil rabbit holes with Ken and Lisa. That's the name of this show.
Rabbit holes.
Right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ken. And thank you, Mr. Turtle Montana, for sharing that stuff. And then, so what we've got here, what we've got here, what we have here, wait for it. There. This is like that thing that we were just looking at from Turtle Montana. And so let me do this. And it is the sections that you can see, whoa, that are that kind of weird stacking that is the side section of if you were looking at one of those honeycombs. If you were looking straight down the honeycomb, you'd be seeing that kind of thing. Those are those honeycombs, but a cross section of that. And this is the top side. And so that is before that was cut, and you can kind of see a few of those honeycombs right there. This is some of the highly silicified stuff from blind squirrel rocks. And actually that looks like, does anybody know the name of the stuff that makes Michigan State rock? What is that?
Oh, the greenstone.
Or not the greenstone, that Petoskey's.
Well, the state.
Is that not the
Awesome.
Petoskey? Yeah, is that what it is? Or it's one of the rocks for somebody.
Hexagonarian coral.
Which one?
Hexagonarian.
So that, I think, is that.
is what makes the Petoskey stone the Petoskey stone.
Awesome.
They're hexagonarian.
And then we have that guy there. And actually, these show up. They're showing up okay here, but they actually do the light bar better, surprisingly, underneath the microscope, which we can do at some point. But yeah, that's our little honeycomb coral. This, what did we call it? It's not the, is it the savarite?
Favosites?
Favosite.
Yep.
Have some favosites and some chiantis.
The fava beans. Perfect. And so, yeah, boy, I want to go in all these different directions right now.
Okay.
But I think I'm going to go ahead and finish this guy off. Who wants to guess what this is here? And I'm kind of surprised, actually, that Soul isn't here. But maybe she's on one of the trips she was planning on going on.
Oh, that's right. Ooh,
yeah.
Pretty.
Oh, what are we looking at? Is that a schist? I can't tell what I'm looking at.
Yeah, right. It is really, really directional and very, very gold.
Very.
I mean, structure-wise, it's looking like a schist. But my first thought when you pulled it out was pyrite, but I don't think it's pyrite.
Yeah, I honestly, this is another one. When Cheryl is present when she's not traveling, we're going to do this box over again, but underneath the microscope, because I think all of these things probably deserve to be viewed there because that's really cool too. And you guys aren't getting the picture very well. From my vantage point, what
Right.
I'm seeing isn't anywhere near as good as what it looks like. Um, when I'm viewing it through the screen as opposed to viewing it in my hand. So I think that deserves probably being in the microscope. And maybe what we'll do is save the rest of the box for when she can be here. I think a part 2 for her box would be really cool.
I think it's a very good idea.
Yeah, that just occurred to me. I do it anyway. Yeah, and so here's the our corals that we were just talking about. This one is the mother coral for those slices, and this is a slice that I almost finished but didn't get quite through, and it was time to let my saw cool off for a little bit. But I thought that was kind of interesting.
Kyle trick and maybe get a better focus on that. It is coming through a little bit.
I can't because it's as the second camera, it doesn't have the same
Gotcha.
zoom capability, and so I wish I could.
It just seems like we lost resolution here a little bit.
Yeah, there's probably a little bit like finicky lag and pixelization, and plus these guys have tiny little details and might be very difficult for the pixels to catch up with for this platform anyway.
Compression rate, am I using the right words there?
Yeah,
I think you are. But so this is the outside of the thing that Lisa was telling us about. So what was this again, Lisa? The Petoskey stones can be made out of?
That's a facet.
This one here?
Facet.
Wow. So
that's a honeycomb coral.
Are you really? This one?
Yeah.
This one is for sure. But this one is too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All kinds of sizes.
Just a little guy, huh?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, it's adorable. It's so tiny. Yeah, because it's really detailed in there, and it's best seen again like underneath the microscope. You can kind of see the cellular structure when the pixels settle down just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And so there's that, and then you can see like these are ginormous in comparison, like super duper huge as opposed to these little guys. But these are both the
bryozoan.
What's that?
Nick says it's bryozoan.
That's what I wanted to say, but I didn't want to second guess her.
Nick, City Rock County.
So the bryozoan,
it's a whole separate animal.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with bryozoan. This guy here, I believe that Squirrel sent me this guy, and so is this what you're talking about when you're saying the bryozoan thing, or are we still on both of these guys being what we thought they were, and then the other thing that we were seeing from Nick was the bryozoan?
I think that my first thought, the one on top, slightly smaller of the two, was that was bryozoan. That the last one you opened up. Yeah, that one right there you're talking about. That my first thought when I saw that was bryozoan.
Gotcha.
That's a really big bryozoan.
I like the enthusiasm here. Yeah,
I'm an expert in that.
Awesome, thank you.
Bryozoan to completely cover things, but that is the same throughout the rock.
I've got a couple branches of it that are like half that size, but they're big around as a nickel.
That's a whole branch.
Yeah, I've got a couple branches of it that are say as big around as my thumb.
Wow. Yeah, so it's because these two slices are off of that particular piece, belong to this guy. And yeah, this one and this one are from the same. And so wow. So gosh, there's obviously a lot to learn here and a lot to see as far as
the first one fabacites. The second one bryozoan.
Wow. And City Rock Hounding, Nick is saying, I have some huge pieces that are as big as my arm. Oh my gosh. That is amazing.
Wow.
Awesome. Oh, well, I'm so pleased that you could swoop in here and help us out with this.
Nick to the
This is
rescue.
We've got
why,
world.
yeah, the crowd knowledge is my favorite thing hanging out, because you guys are all so smart. And we learn so much from each other. And Rufo, thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate that. And now that I get a better look at it, that last one, definitely Bryozone. Thank you so much, Mr. Montana. Appreciate your tossing in your thoughts there as well. And lastly, but not leastly, we've got these guys that Mom and I cut, and we've got some brecciated chalcedony that is from the gem field, and that was a huge surprise. It's I had no idea that, they call it chalcedony, but some people would probably be tempted to call some of this stuff just more Jasper-esque. But
I would be one.
was that?
I would be one of those people.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, what are we talking about? And I guess it's like the plus or minus how much silicification it's got, is what earns its. I mean, because it is so flippin' porcelainly.
I go by translucency.
Yeah. And I think that that's one of the things that, is supposed to be part of what dictates what is what, like how a bird needs feathers. That's how we know it's a bird.
I've seen hairless cats. That's not always true.
But yeah, this stuff is always like an extreme pleasure, like the different flavors. Cool. Yeah, the bullseye. And I was talking to my mom about this earlier today, and our neighbors who also have been to Gemfield, and that these lines are made by different water with minerals ushering in, under some sort of like a hydrothermic situation and leaving a stain. And so it's not fortification, it's staining.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that that's so interesting. The fact that some of them stain like, like a jelly roll. You know what I mean? So the bullseyes remind me of that. But then, you've got like all these other wild configurations that happen with the way that the staining goes, and you're just thinking to yourself, my gosh, what in the world was going on with that stone to have it stain like that?
But do you think the ones that are bullseye were completely surrounded by water, and the ones like that were just water on one surface that's percolated down through?
Yeah, I think that you're probably on the right track as far as scenarios go. Like if you imagine again, like this, like a loaf, and it's been absorbed all the way in, and then it has different like layers that it's absorbing and getting the banding into. And so this is already loaf. Whereas, I even wonder if this guy, might have been coming in with like undulating layers and stain, and undulating layers and stain. You know what I mean? Like a layer cake.
Yeah, that one's just so cool. I love those little cream blurbs coming through.
Yeah.
The wisps.
Yeah, I will definitely have a hard time cutting some of this, like figuring out what I want from it and cabbing it, because some of these, especially if you were to just face polish it, are such neat landscapes.
I was about to say, they come really close to landscape.
They're very, very landscape.
Wow,
Dragon.
that's a dragon. It's totally a dragon.
Yeah, boom, baby, right? Like Lisa was on it.
Dragon.
Totally. Yeah, so these have the tendency to be way more fun and suggestive, kind of like whole. And so it's going to be hard to part, and that you guys have to like probably have the same problem. Like you have stuff and you're like, well, now what do I do with it, because I can't do it, I can't go any further. Like it's got to be what it is now, and it just goes on a shelf.
Yeah.
And everything can't be specimens if you're like a working artist.
That's why I don't
Right.
make things.
No. Right.
That's my reason. Sure.
Please, nothing.
Oh yeah, I mean, because like one of the things, one of the processes that I love to do is, you know, get like an array of material like these guys. I mean, this one was a really small, kind of like a ground score. It wasn't a big piece, but it's got all these like super wild dendrite micro pattern. What's that?
That one you just had, pick it back up with that side again. It's a yawning snub-nosed elephant.
Right? And I will never unsee that. Yeah, that is so cool. Right? It is. It's eating something. Or, you know, it's got like
He just tossed something into his mouth with his trunk.
he's got a cookie. He has a sugar cookie.
He doesn't have a sugar
Cookie.
Yeah. Don't feed the snub-nosed elephants. And so, you know, it's fun to take out all of the pieces. Oh, right there. It's like you knew. Wait for it. Snub-nosed elephant feeding.
Those are really identical.
How in the world did we be able to like sprack out an illustration for that so quickly? I'm so impressed with you guys.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I brought an elephant and cookies. What you got?
Yeah, right? I didn't even have to tell him to do that. And so
Pretty sure we can supply a dragon too.
I bet you guys do have a dragon up in there someplace, right?
Do you? No.
Oh, they're looking at each other. Like, maybe.
Not my place. I don't know. I've been here 3 days. I haven't gone through everything yet.
Yeah, she's keeping the dragon for later.
Oh
And
my.
so yeah, like the next step is to kind of like hang out with the gems and the potential shapes for the cabochons and see who wants to play together. And actually, these guys, wouldn't that pairing be so nice?
I was actually thinking with the dragon one, in one of those, you could do the dragon with the heavenly pearl, the whole Chinese mythology thing there.
Yeah, okay. I like that a lot.
You know what I'm talking about?
What's that?
You know what I'm talking about? The dragon.
I
and the pearl?
do. Yes,
Yep.
I totally know what you're talking about.
And that's got that dragon shape.
Yeah,
with
it
the
does.
clouds and all that. All that needs is something to be chasing.
That is the stylization of this. It's got a very, very like Asian feeling to it, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love that you just came. So that's what the fun is, as far as like laying out the stones and brainstorming. And I love that, like, it's even more fun to brainstorm with other people because they're gonna see stuff that you never would see. And yeah, right, exactly my point. And so, well, so we know some trajectories as far as those guys are concerned, but yeah, so that's what's going to be happening with those. I have a lemon yellow opal that I still need to recut. You guys all know about the tragedy opal, but I think it'll go really nicely. I think I promised Melissa one of these pieces, and this one actually is another one that I should probably put underneath the microscope, because it turns out that these two pockets of the healing chalcedony that came through to heal the brecciation, they didn't make it to this great big pit, but they did happen to make bots and druzy.
And
And
I'd be
so,
curious to see if there's other micro minerals in there.
yeah.
Little
And
secondary, or
so,
all of a sudden there's like this little tiny crystal or something. Those are the ones I love diving into.
yeah, you can see that ridge is druzy there. And yeah, I just like when I was cutting this one, this almost didn't make it into the bucket because most of the chalcedony wants to be fancy, and this was just yellow. But I like yellow. And so I was like, well, I know I'm not supposed to pick up this one because it's not bullseye and it's not like purple dendrite and it's not opalite, but it sure is a pretty color of yellow and it makes me warm. And so I did. And then I was like, well, nothing stopping me from cutting it open. And it was like such a surprise to see so much brecciation, more so than like, obviously, these guys don't. Like all the rest of this material doesn't do that at all. And then here's this like crazy yellow piece that got like wildly brecciated. So we'll have a look at that underneath. But yeah, all of these like little zones here, that's goes to quartz and druzy, or it opens up. Yeah,
That's nuts.
it did turn out to be pretty nutty. And I think that like I thought of Melissa right away because it went into this blushing pink color, and I'm like, oh no. She's gonna claim that. I already can see ahead of time.
Now, do you
And
have
yeah,
a special shelf when you're cutting stones? Yeah, that one's from a.
you guys all have boxes. We've talked about this before. Like there's a Ken box and a Lisa box and a Ma box and a Kyle box and a Kurt box and a Theo box and all y'all out there, the Allison box, and everybody's got a box that I'm slowly like tossing this and that and the other thing into, and one day it'll all get toilet papered or something.
We're going to need fortune cookie slips.
Right. That's a good idea. Wouldn't that be the coolest shtick? Actually, that is an awesome shtick, Ken, is to like every time you wrap one, you've got like a little fortune that goes in there too. I like that. Yeah.
I was saying my little labels and you were calling them fortune cookie slips, but now that you're on that tangent, I'm liking it even more.
Yeah. Fortune cookie slips. I like it. All right. Well, you guys, we are at the crack of 2 hours, and I think that this is like a wonderful time to not become a pumpkin right in front of everybody, or else Ken probably has that stuffed animal there too. Just show everybody. I'm not entirely sure, but probably.
We don't have a pumpkin.
No pumpkin.
No pumpkins?
No form of gourd.
No gourds whatsoever. All right. It's a gourd-free zone.
Oh, yeah.
There's a gourd in the fridge.
That's my UFO.
It is a UFO.
A UFO gourd. Nice. All right. And yeah, Spot remembers when getting TP'd was a bad thing.
My brain went there too. Halloween.
Yep. Not in the rock community. Getting egged is a bad thing, but getting TP'd is so bad.
And the next day, having to clean it off is just, I hadn't done this last night.
Right? There's trouble involved. Yeah. Like somebody's getting into trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, when the cops are knocking at your parents' door.
Yeah.
Not the cop in my town.
I'm not here.
Not the cop in my town. He caught us egg and he came up, took 2 dozen, said thanks, I needed breakfast for tomorrow, and walked off. Backwoods town in New Hampshire. That was next time over because mine was population 300. We didn't even have any reason to. I had to go to Lisbon to get into trouble. But yeah.
You had to try too hard to get into trouble.
It was my junior year. We got busted, and the cop. His name was Wimpy Booten. He goes, I needed breakfast tomorrow, and walked off. I'm like, thanks, Wimpy.
That's great. Oh, Tiger Eye, thank you so much. You know, that even has like the sound of like no theater.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are nailing it
I expected
tonight.
the guy with the mask to come out like, boom.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh, and we got this. Like, this is so true. Getting thunder egged is okay.
No.
How would you like that?
No.
Well, not on the head.
Not in the face.
Just getting one. I'll just get the thunder egg. Yeah, that kind of getting thunder egged. All right. Well, again, Ken and Lisa, it has been such a delight to have you guys on. This has been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thanks for introducing us.
Yeah,
We wouldn't be here without you. We really wouldn't.
absolutely.
I'm serious. I am shocked that that is actually the true origin story.
Rockhound Podcast.
Very much true.
I'm gonna let Kurt and Theo know on our little chat for the podcast tonight that was the deal, because I know that would warm the cockles of their hearts as well.
Awesome. And Kurt could use some good news.
Right? Yeah. Oh dear. And so to you all, like, let's where am I? Where am I? Are we alive? Let's all Steinkerns one more time together, to you and yours, and to your health and happy nuptials.
go this way?
Cheers. Yep, cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers.
that's
There you
fine.
go.
There we go.
There we go. And thank you guys all for joining us this evening. I believe that Kyle's going on all weekend. He took a break from tonight, so that was good news that none of us had to worry about overlapping. And I know that Rufo was going to be coming out with something new really soon. Hopefully that either came out or it's coming out sometime this weekend. We'll catch up with you on another live probably sometime this weekend. For the rest of this box, I'll check with Cheryl to see when she's available. And I've been meaning to get you guys all onto the faceting machine with me so that we can all facet together. That was supposed to happen sometime this week, but I will admit I was way too tired because I was trying to conserve my energy knowing that Lisa and Ken were going to be on the show. So I had to ramp up for that. Well, and mom's been in town and I had to take her rocking. Yeah. Thanks for coming, Mom, and thank you for coming, Ma, and Tiger Eye, and Bob's Rocks, and Sandmaker, and Lesby Rockin', and Blind Squirrel Rocks, and I know Allison was here earlier, and Nick, so much thanks for your help, City Rock County, go check out his videos as well, and who did Keg Curry, of course, and Spot, and Jahik was here earlier, and Patricia's Creations, and I'm not even sure if I said hi to you earlier. Thank you guys all so much for coming. We love you. On behalf of all of us here, rock on. Have a great weekend. I'm going to send you out with the cool credits from Band and Bar. We'll all watch the waves crash together, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Are we alive, everybody? Are you here? Am I here? And we can't hear me. Let's start over again. Are you here? Am I here? And we can't hear me. Let's start over again.